Girl Call Me with Tanya and Jessica is all about community.
Because listen, in a world that's getting wilder by the day, one thing we know for sure, we can't do this alone.
And as always, we're keeping it raw, keeping it funny, and keeping it real. Because if we can't be honest here, then girl, call me later.
So grab your tea, get comfy, and get ready for a season full of laughs, love, and the kind of conversations you need in your life.
Let me just say, I'm thoroughly and always grateful for Jessica. That is what I'm going to say. That is the official
Girl, I need you to
line.
keep saying that to yourself. That's an official line. You heard her. That's a talking point. That ain't the
That's the
truth.
talking talking.
That sounds like a talk. You sound like Kathy, the commissioner of the WNBA, with that talking point.
Oh wow! When she said, "Y'all just be grateful. Y'all better be grateful. Y'all got a job and y'all shooting hoops."
Right. When she said that, and then she also said, as soon as someone pressed her on, did you say this? She said, I'm a mother. I have children. This situation has been stressful for them. Girl, first of all, your children are 20-something years old. You're telling me their friends are coming up to them
Girl,
saying, hey, I can't believe the business decisions your mom's making. Girl, if you don't stop.
This is not how we start a conversation. But first of all, I want to say welcome to our listeners. We love you. We appreciate you. We are truly grateful to have you. Everyone that listens to our podcast, we are grateful.
Everyone, worldwide, all of our listeners, wherever you find yourself right now, with us in your ears.
We're going up in Japan.
We're going crazy. It's going crazy.
Girl, why am I hot? Maybe it's the hairdo I had to do myself. It's like 10 pounds.
Girl, look, Tanya's trying to be an entrepreneur in all ways. You can't slow her down. Someone tells them that they got to wait a week to get her hair done. She's going to go to the store and get some bundles.
I will confess.
And a crochet needle and start going at it.
You know what I'm going to confess?
What?
That
confessions.
This is the conversation. We are going to do lots of confessions today. But what I have to confess about this situation is that.
I was going to say that's not natural hair. That's store-bought.
Let me just tell you something.
I knew
it. What had happened was. I decided yesterday morning I needed to do my hair, right? I wasn't ready. I had some business this week. So I said, let me just start cornrowing my hair because I have tons of hair at the house. Got my hair done, did my own hair, did my own little flat twist, went in the closet. And the only thing there was my natural, organic, pre-stretched hair, of which I don't know how to use. So I said, Amazon, girl, by 8:00 that night, I had some chemical infused
This will
hair.
not be an Amazon ad for synthetically, chemically treated hair, okay? That's how we're not going to start our award-nominated podcast.
Girl, the Black Podcast, nominated by the Black Podcasters Awards.
And it probably just got revoked because the way you're talking about that hair you bought from Amazon.
I'm probably gonna. Are we going to Baltimore though? Demetrius want to know.
When's the award? When is it?
Coming up in a couple weeks. But I don't think we're going. But
no, because I got to go to the Aces parade when they win the championship.
This is not the topic. The Aces and the WNBA, not the topic of our conversation. But Asia been doing it. And I want to just give you a moment to shout out.
Don't forget Jackie. Don't forget Miss Jackie Young.
Girl, I don't know nobody.
Those are my two faves. They've been playing together for 7-8 years at this point. Won their championships together already. When you're listening to this, which will be, sometime the week of 10/6, October 6th, we're 2 games up. We're going to close it out. Although I was texting with your wife earlier. I'm going to go to a game in Las Vegas if it goes to 5, but I'm absolutely fine with the Aces winning in 4. I'll just fly to Vegas for the parade. So either way.
Not the parade.
You already know, girl. I will be at the parade. I streamed the whole parade. I think that's where my streaming addiction came. Last year I streamed the whole parade live. Had to.
Okay. Well, what I am happy is that you're happy. Because when
Thank you.
the aces lose,
Yeah, it's not good.
ask
It's
Jay
not.
Still. Things get rough.
It's
Things
not.
get rough.
It's not great, and good thing we haven't had a lot of that since August. And shouts out to this is gonna be a quick pivot, but still within women's basketball, my girl Juju
It's always
announced
Juju. She getting better? Is
and
she coming
uh,
back?
okay, announced that she's out for the season. She's gonna take the whole
Oh,
season, but you know what? I am good with that. She is I'm telling you what she's not taking the season off of, and that's endorsements because 'cause I've been seeing her making that
okay.
money. So go ahead, girl, and get right. I'm still excited about the team, still got my season tickets, and I'm probably gonna need them because the WNBA is probably gonna have a lockout because the commissioner's trash, and
Well, she's gone, right? I thought that she was
she's
about
not gone.
to.
No,
I
she's not
thought
gone.
that she was going to leave. What
Well,
I
people
heard,
are saying people are asking for her to leave
right?
and get
And you
out.
don't think you think she's gonna dig her stilettos in?
Well, here's the thing. They're right in the middle of negotiations right now, and I don't think
Right.
she's helping the negotiation cause. I actually think it'll help if she leaves, but they're kind of in crunch time. They gotta come to a deal by the end of October, or else the
Well,
season will be delayed. So,
yeah, and I know that there's 2 people in my life, you and my wife, that I know if that happens, but there's also that other league that's about to start.
yes, there's Unrivaled, there's women's college basketball, but usually not much of that happens, like, once May, June, July happens. So, we'll
Well,
figure it out, girl. I'm trying to
girl,
look. I'm trying to get those athletes need to get paid. So if they need to lock out
listen,
so that they can make their money, I am supporting them.
you know what? I'm grateful that the athletes are gonna get paid, but I'm not sure our government workers are
Oh yeah, girl.
because because currently I saw AOC doing a
Mhm.
high school tour of students in the Capitol building. And I thought, is this where we are? Because, you know, what? Chuck? You going to see Chuck carrying bags and checking people in? I mean, it's kind of crazy. And I'm really scared for a lot of families who, need to feed their families.
We should be because Black women we know have already been disproportionately impacted by the furloughs and the layoffs that the US government has had. And
Yep.
so a lockout like this is just first of all, you know, it's it's not good generally because instability, but it also gives the government time to say, "Oh, actually, maybe we need to cut this, this, and this," and, tighten belts, if you will, even more. So it's not a good time at all. I mean, not that anyone's shocked to hear that today, but it's not a good
But,
time.
I will say that I, for one, am a little bit afraid
I
because
actually
guess
had a
what?
dream last I did have a dream last night that I was detained by ICE. Not even
Girl, I
kidding.
did.
Woke up and couldn't breathe.
Can I just tell you, I actually had a similar dream, but but guess who got detained? Jen. Somehow,
No.
Jen was detained by ICE. I'm not sure how.
Up and couldn't breathe. It probably is because of some article you sent me.
No, don't blame me for your
And
life. Don't blame me.
probably
I did not, because I actually don't send you articles about ICE.
that's a lie. You sent me on Friday the one about the ICE raid in the Chicago and south
Oh,
side of Chicago.
wait,
I woke
wait.
up to that at 6 a.m. from you.
Okay.
So,
We're
we're
gonna, well, I hope your dreams, I think maybe you should be lighting candles before you go to bed, taking some deep breaths.
and putting Tanya on Do Not Disturb
Okay.
for a
Wow.
12-hour block.
You know who needs to be on Do Not Disturb? Nicki Minaj.
Oh my god.
Because let me just tell you, if Beyonce has to get out of her
Oh, I didn't even s
her break
what
to post
happened?
a song, because she's been saying Jay-Z has a lace front now.
Oh, I did hear that. Why is she talking did he come for her or something or for her hair?
For some reason, she is connecting Cardi with Jay-Z, and she's not even on his label. And so Cardi was like, "I'm not on that label." And there's some just, I don't know,
Drugs. Is she on drugs? We don't know.
drugs.
Speculation.
I think there's beef, so we don't get sued.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. But according to Cardi, I'll just put it on her.
Oh,
But,
according to
according to Cardi. But
sources say Cardi
I
B.
will say that once you start calling Black children monkeys as a Black woman, you might have crossed the
You
line
have
and you
bigger
might need,
problems.
and so if Beyonce has to come out of whatever yacht she's on.
Wait, but what did she say? Did she
She said
snatch her
something
yet?
about
Or oh,
she posted a song, and so everyone correlated it. And then I think there was something about, no children, or let's protect children, something like that.
oh.
But the lace front stuff, I mean, Jay-Z
I
does
mean,
not, I don't think,
I don't, even if he had a lace front, who cares?
listen,
Like,
look at me.
what
I
are
have a
you
weave. I have a,
Girl, men are
right.
there's planes flying to Turkey all through the night to get those plugins. Like, why would we care?
Did you just, and he
Yeah,
has enough money. He doesn't
girl.
need a lace front. He doesn't need a lace front because he is a wealthy billionaire. He
Also,
can go where he needs to go. I have
and
friends that go
why
to Turkey for that too.
I don't even
Listen,
understand. That doesn't even feel like that's where you know that CRACK, because
we can't
that
make
doesn't
crack
even
wine.
sound like a insult. Like, oh, you got a lace front. Okay, girl,
Right. He's like,
and
as,
I'm
as
black.
he as he sits, and then she posted a picture of her and her husband and Beyonce and Jay-Z, and comparing them side by side, and saying that they're biting her and her husband's posing.
You know what? The
Insane.
Lord, this is how I know. You know what? Let me just give a shout out to me. This is
The
how I
Lord.
know. No, to me.
Oh,
This is how I know I have done a good job curating my social feed, because I didn't hear any of this. I saw the Cardi thing for the first time when you guys sent it to me, but
listen.
I didn't see any of this
You know
nonsense.
what? It's okay to see this. It's okay that I have a mixed bag. A mixed. Sorry.
Girl,
It's okay to have a mixed
I was
bag.
just celebrating me for me. I wasn't coming for your neck.
You sound like Snoop, and I thought we canceled him. I just want to celebrate me. I just want to, for all this hard work. It's all about me.
Look, girl, these days, if I'm not going to
Listen.
celebrate me, who is? Okay.
Well, if you're gonna celebrate yourself,
Oh
are you
no.
celebrating? Are you celebrating? Are you celebrating the Swifties, because they
Oh,
have they had a celebratory day? I think this week,
I have no
when
idea. I heard something about that. I saw a tweet, or I'm not on Twitter. I saw a note on Threads where someone said, "When are we gonna stop listening to 35-year-olds talk about dropping your books off in your locker and the cute boy in the hallway?"
I'm not sure that was the album. Isn't she supposed to be in her sexy? She got a man. She got, she's in her Republican era. I mean,
Girl,
I don't know. Isn't
girl,
she
I
in her MAGA
haven't
era?
listened to a Taylor Swift song unless I was in a Starbucks getting a coffee because my coffee shop was closed. Like, I'm not listening to that music.
I'm not listening to Swifties or Swift or whatever her name is. But what I am sure of is that I've heard the album is bad. And there's
I'm not like, to me, if you played her best album and her worst album next to each other, to me, it would probably sound exactly the same.
That's almost funny. I was gonna post something yesterday, and for a second, I was gonna use a Taylor Swift song, and I was like, you know what? Let me stop tripping.
Oh, I would be like, you'd
You would have
ask me
came
to
from my neck.
collaborate.
You would have came from my neck. You would have not accepted.
Well, first of all, I wouldn't have even known. Actually, while we're on the topic of pop music, because I just got back from a night in Palm Springs and ran into Lance Bass.
Bye, bye,
Was
bye.
which was a big deal, because I was with my high school girlfriends.
Very cute.
NSYNC was very pivotal part of our life as
Good.
high schoolers.
Good.
So
What
saw
part of
Lance,
town? Where
took a
did
photo
you
with
were in
him.
the valley? Was it the valley kind of?
Girl, I don't know. We're on the Strip. Is
You were
that
on
what
the
it is? There a
okay,
strip
okay.
in
Well, there's
Palm
Palm
Springs?
Springs, Palm
We're at the
yes. So
Thompson
you're
Hotel. We're at the
okay.
Thompson Hotel
Okay.
in Palm Springs, which
You
is
were the
beautiful.
it's beautiful. I mean,
We were up
they've
in the mix.
okay. And then Lance, the
And
gay
then Lance,
icon.
the gay icon, came. We screamed out. We noticed we may have been, like, the only people that, like, really knew.
Did you scream?
We didn't scream like, "Ah!" But my girlfriend did say, "Lance, we'd love a picture." He came over, took the photo. That was about it. He seemed maybe happy to be recognized.
It's funny. This is actually a really good segue for, our actual episode. We played about whether we're going to call it confessions of folks that don't tell their partners what they're spending. We it could also be called what we learned growing up about money. But it's also
It
actually
could also be
a
called "Put That Credit
credit
Card
card
Down."
down. Put that credit card down. But I will say this is actually a good intro to our conversation next week with Chelsea. Ransom-Cooper, who is a partner, actually the lead partner at Zenith Wealth Partners. And our episode next week is going to be like to talk about money matters, because more than any time right now, we need to get our coins together and maybe not spend frivolous money on that random bag. But that's not against anyone personally. How many stocks could you have put, when you think about it? I'm going to take a moment. I'm going to say, when you think about the things that you've spent and the things that you have in retirement, how
This
many
is
times?
an unfair question because I record from my closet. So I'm just looking around going, Lord.
Right.
Oh, we did one. Let me just say one thing.
Right.
I'm going to give us, look, because like I said, I'm going back to celebrating us, or me at least, as much as possible.
Can I just join that?
We at least are vulnerable enough to acknowledge that we
have a
for a
problem.
while we've been saying we want to have a financial person on. So great, good on us. And now we're actually saying, let's have someone on. Let's open it all up. Let's talk about what we should be doing. So that's the first step, is acknowledging that, there's an opportunity for
growth.
some growth. Thank you. So, and why not have a educated, accomplished sis who, we would love to say we met her because we were seeking out financial advice, but we actually met her because we were seeking out donuts in Martha's Vineyard, but that's neither here nor there.
No one needed to know the backstory.
Well, sugar brings people together, and we're going to have her on our show, but I'm excited that we are taking a closer look at our finances. I'm proud of us.
I am actually proud of us too. I'm proud of myself. I have actually had a few conversations with her.
Okay.
And I've been thinking a lot about, what is your first early sort of experience when it came with money? Like, where did you learn and how did you learn? Because I know you were raised by money managers, right? Financial?
I mean,
Your
money
parents.
manager. My dad is a CPA. Yeah.
Well, it's funny. We are both of our parents. My father is a CPA, but both of us were raised and have parents that are CPAs.
Yeah, but that didn't translate to, like, I wasn't sitting down with my dad and, like, I mean, he did my taxes, but I wasn't, like, sitting down with him and talking about, like, finances and balancing a checkbook. I mean, unless, Mom, Sarah, my sister, feel free to fact check me, but
Fact check, Jessica.
maybe that could have happened and I also wasn't paying attention. Look, that's,
that's very likely.
That's very likely. But what's funny is when you said that, what's my first experience with money? I was thinking about, this is a true story, stole $20 from my dad off his nightstand. Exactly. To buy Where the Sidewalk Ends, Shel Silverstein, Where the Sidewalk Ends, from our book fair. I really wanted it, so I stole that 20. And then my dad asked me how I got that book.
Did you steal my money?
The book was 19, stole it, took that 20. Now, they asked me where I got it. I didn't tell them I stole the money. Obviously, they realized it later. But that's the story that came to mind when it comes to money. Yeah, I have not. I don't remember any, like, young lessons of, like, sitting down and thinking about coins or saving, and this is not like an indictment on anyone. We didn't really talk about that. I don't think.
Like, it's fascinating because I'm like trying to think. Yes, as as someone whose father was a CPA, I think my lessons, and I probably shouldn't say this out loud, was more centered around, don't let the government get all your money. I don't know if I should say this out loud.
No, I mean,
I still to this day am angry every time I have to pay taxes, and I always have to pay taxes. And I'm like, and so that was kind of like, don't let the government get your money. Make sure you invest. Jamaicans have real estate. Real estate is never let it go.
Right.
My grandmother.
What age is this? Are you, like, as a child, you remember this?
It's like almost like a child. I think it's like a child. Like, I mean,
your dad's telling you, don't let the government take your money as a child?
He's working. I remember my grandmother. I was 13. I was always asking for money. And she said, money, you need to go get a job. And so she would, I think my first job is at as far as I could get, I think I was 14. I got a job at Mrs. Fields Cookies. And I lasted in this job for 2 weeks. And that's what I would do. I would get a job for a couple weeks and then get maybe one check or two. She'd feel bad for me because I got fired. And then so that would hold me off for a little bit. So so that she would give me money, and then she'd be like, realize what she was doing, go, I need you to go get another job. But it was always like this thing about like, you got to work for it.
Hmm.
No one's going to hand you anything.
Yeah, that's interesting.
And maybe I am. And I'm also a bit secretive when it comes to money. And I think my
Yeah,
grandmother was also very secretive.
yeah.
She had a
I mean,
safe deposit.
I would say everything I know of your grandmother that sounds right.
I think older people. There was a time in which a lot, I mean, if you had a grandmother, she either had money under the bed
Right.
or in a
Mattress.
pillow. And I think
Right.
I was raised, and now I will be honest, I don't have money under a pillow or in a mattress or in a safe deposit box, but it's always kind of like stood out for me
Hmm.
as my first lesson in money. Hide it.
Well, that's, yes, that is a very getting jobs young,
Distinct
hiding money. Yep, there is some secrecy there. Okay, so here's actually what I was thinking.
therapy. I might need therapy around money, clearly.
Yeah. I think for me, so I guess these aren't like direct lessons I learned, but probably what I witnessed is my parents are self-employed. And so I think what I probably noticed more was like money was always like
Loose?
yes, fungible,
Okay.
right? Because my parents, like personal finances were obviously intertwined with their business finances because they're self-employed. And so if the company needed money, they put in money if they, whatever. So I never really understood like the difference between like what's their personal money versus what's like the company pot, right? Like the cars would be under the company, leased under the company so I guess maybe that's like something I observed early on is that you'll always be able to make it work.
Yeah.
I do not have a scarcity model at all. When
Yeah.
people,
Okay.
even my husband or something, are like, "What about tomorrow? The check doesn't come." I'm always just kinda like, "You figure it out." Like, I
You'll
don't
have a
what do you
hustle.
mean? Like, you'll have a hustle, but also, like, just you can't overspend that much. Like, that there's some range of which you should work within. So I've just never been good on, like, hard lines and budgets and boundaries on that type of thing because it feels too tight for me. But I do
Yeah.
know, like, if I make a big purchase, such as I mean, I do know as an adult, I didn't know this as a young adult. Like, if I make a big purchase now, these days, let's say today,
If you happen to go to a mall,
gone, if I happen to have gone by a store and bought a designer bag, what I would
only if, only
only
if.
if that happened, I would be like, "What's happening is you're drinking a green juice and having a protein bar for dinner,
Okay,
and
girl, that dinner, what if that dinner
you're
doesn't
probably
pay?
having that for next dinner, and you're probably having that for lunch, and you need to tighten up in some other places. You better whip out those gift cards somebody gave you until you make that bag back."
So you're willing to starve for a damn good bag.
I didn't say starve, girl, but what I am saying is, like, these days, I know where the levers are. I will say the worst piece of financial advice I ever got, this girl in college, no longer a friend of mine, said to me at some point, when we all get faced with that moment in college where someone's trying to get you to get a credit card on campus.
Oh God.
And, I don't think they do that anymore as much because it's, predatory lending.
Yeah,
But
probably.
when I went to college in the early 2000s,
Girl.
Wells Fargo, stop. And
B of
so
A,
Macy's, like, what? They were all
JC
girl,
Penney,
girl,
or whatever, wherever. iMagnon. Did anyone have an iMagnon card? Does
I
anyone
never
know what
did. Nope.
iMagnon is?
No.
Okay, let's move on.
Sounds like a charter school. Um, but
Just
I
high end.
remember I remember she looked at me and she said, "Look, let's think about this. We're never gonna be making less money than we're making right now.
So
So
go
if
for
you
it.
get a credit card, you'll always as long as you can pay the minimum right now, you're only gonna be able to pay more as time goes on. So, like, don't worry about it," basically. Terrible advice. Terrible, terrible, terrible advice, which that that got me a Macy's card, that got me a Wells Fargo credit card. And, at that point, it's
Listen,
what's your limit? $1,500, $2,000?
girl, back in the
But
day.
my problem was I already used a credit card again, like my parents, like the way that they gave me money and things, like when I was younger, was like put it on a card, right? American Express, and then they would pay the card. Well, I started using those other cards like they were my American Express, and they weren't because no one was paying those except for
I'm
me. Thank you, Wells Fargo, you predatory ass lending company.
Let's not get sued. But I will
Allegedly.
so basically, it sounds like the unspoken rules in your family where, you know what? It'll figure it out. The world, it'll figure it out.
Right.
Meanwhile, my grandmother was hiding money. In
Right.
addition to working for the government, my father also had his own company that he'd do taxes every year. And, I saw a lot of hustling. I was like,
Right.
so it was always, although I haven't always done it, there was always, you need to have more than one. You never know. You never
Right.
know. And, the daughter of immigrants, you just never know when you're also going to be booted from the country. You might need to
Right.
have a house in another country. I mean,
Yeah.
that's where I sit. But, for me, it's funny because, money, money has not been emotional, but I think there's a lot of people, we connect emotions or maybe past, hurts or also past trauma with how we spend our money.
Yeah. Yeah, it's yes. I mean, I see that in a lot of people. It's funny, even as we're talking about this, I didn't even realize this, but like I think that my parents not talking about it and this kind of like it's not a thing, I have I'm disillusioned when it comes to money. I mean, I'm not learning this for the first time, FYI, but I think
Confessions.
I don't realize how, like, disillusion but there's really good parts about that. Like I said, like, I don't get nervous.
Stress. You're not stressed.
I don't money stress is not and that's not because I have money, that's not even when I wasn't making money, like, it is not a stressor for me. I'm always like, "You can get more." It's
I'm always
not
stressed
a
about it. I'm always stressed.
exactly. You hear people who were raised I listen to another podcast, I hear someone who's raised poor, he talks every single time about thought in his head, like, what is the dollar amount that I can get to in my bank account where I won't have to worry? And the answer is no, nothing. You just keep chasing it. I've
Never.
never even thought about what's a salary I want to get to, what's a dollar amount I want in my savings account, it's never even crossed my mind.
I think it's a blessing.
That
It's
is a
funny.
privilege.
I
That's a
always talk about
privilege.
it's definitely a privilege. It's a P. It's a big P,
It's a
actually.
big time P.
It's a big time P because I think about my wife who always worried if she has credit card debt, if she has anything, she is like almost in panic if she doesn't have a certain
Right.
and she's always worried about me.
Married to you. I was gonna say married to you. That ain't the
thing. It's worrisome. And I will say, if I were to
especially when
hand
you go
her,
on a vacation.
oh, and she's not, well, actually, it doesn't matter if she's there or not. It's not always,
She doesn't care if she's there or not. She's more concerned about which credit card is there or not.
she is concerned. She would prefer me because when we
And
go on vacation,
Apple Pay got her
she'll
caught her with
leave
that.
her credit cards. And the other day she was like, why did you even take that credit card? I said, technically, I don't need to take that credit card. It's downloaded
Apple
on
Pay.
my phone. So it doesn't matter. It's in my purse. But if I were to give her all finances to control,
We'd be rich.
Listen, I would have no need to work or think about it. And I know it, but getting rid of the control, that's the other thing.
Yes. Yes.
Control is very important for me when it comes to money.
Yes. And that I think control is important to me, but I actually think it's like I like to be in control of being out of control. I don't need anyone to see that I'm out of control, okay? So let me be in control of that. I don't need anyone else snooping around in here.
So Jay Still and Jen, if they were to get together and see what we really are spending.
No. Well, Jay Still and I, we don't share money accounts, nothing. We know what the total of our total of our shared bills are to live our life together.
That's us too.
We pay those out. We have a split of who covers what. We pay those, some of them out of a joint account. Now we do because of points. So we pay those all out of one joint account. And Everything else is our own. Now, we obviously we have stock
Yes.
stock
Yeah.
accounts together, we have CD accounts together, we have retirement accounts, like, fine, but our day-to-day, nah. That's mine, that's mine's.
Okay. So we're gonna get scarcity or secrecy. It sounds like, well,
See,
maybe
I'm squarely in the secrecy space.
I think I'm probably maybe I'm a secrecy, but
Girl,
a little bit.
you're scarcity kind of, but because it's like you do have the, like, nothing's ever enough.
No. Yes. Never. Never.
But that's a little bit of, like, hypervigilant, like, you're worried someone's gonna take something away. I don't think it's worried that you're not gonna be able to make money. I think it's just that it's the same thing, it's the control, just
Huh.
maybe a little bit different.
Jen and I were just laughing yesterday that our accountant is gonna literally lose his mind because there's probably about 5 jobs coming through for him this year. There's like literally 5 W-2s. 5 W-2s on all fronts. He's gonna be like, "What have y'all been doing?" Keeping busy. Keeping busy. So how do we unlearn? I think, if we're thinking about, Chelsea's gonna be coming on here. She's gonna be hopefully giving us some tips on how we could be better. But how can we or should we be unlearning some of this behavior? Because secrecy ain't good. It
I'm
ain't good,
actually
girl.
Yeah, so if you promise me that my husband didn't put you up to this, I will say
Promise.
that part of unlearning is, I think, the control piece and is understanding that, I mean, at least when you're in a partnership, right? Like, this is the type of topic that even if you don't like, we don't get in money fights because we don't share money, but that doesn't mean it's not somewhere that I should be trying to learn from someone else about what works for you and acknowledging maybe where I'm not great at money. It's like, instead of just being like, I'm figuring it out, like, if I just kind of keep one eye open, I'll be fine and keep going
I got
forward.
this. I
Right.
got this.
So
Right.
listening and learning from others,
Right.
professionals and people who
Right.
perhaps understand your spending or
Right.
are impacted by your spending.
I think I need to probably let it go.
Mm,
I actually think I probably would be freeing for me not to have to worry and have Jen manage everything.
yeah.
And I probably will be doing very well. I mean, if at the end of the day, I'm thinking about retirement, I'm thinking a
Mhm.
lot about the future. That's one of the many questions I have for Chelsea. What do we need? And if you see every video, is like, how much do you need in order to retire? What do you need as a Black woman?
I'm so sick of that little calculator on
Girl,
the
that calculator
homepage with the
is
cloud.
serious is it Fidelity? That
Fidelity.
calculator is like, it makes me have a rash every time
It's like, it's
because
a
I'm
rainy
like,
day. It's like,
right,
girl, it's a little,
right,
sun is peeking through, but you got
right.
some work to do.
Right. There's a lot of work or, I mean, how many CDs, how many this, what is a 401k? Are we safe right now? Is the government going to invest it into some shenanigans? Is real estate better? Like, there's so many things that I think some of it I could let go, you know, and I think for us talking about money is always because I do get defensive. I'm like, I know what I'm doing. Why did you need to go on that vacation? Why did you need to
Right.
spend that much money? That
Yeah.
I got this. I
I
got
I
this.
got
I make
this.
money. I make money. I got
Keep your
14
hand.
jobs. And this is my freedom. This is like literally the conversations that happen. This is my
Right.
freedom. I need
Right.
some joy. I need joy.
Oh my God.
Mhm.
It's so true. As I sit here in my closet and look around and like, girl, you know what you didn't eat. And by the way, the dress, for all of you listeners, the dress, the
The
um,
dress. The
the
dress.
dress and the accompanying thing
The
that I
whole
bought
outfit. The whole outfit.
and the purse that I'm talking about today are not included in the things that are frivolous purchases, okay? And they're
But you
also
can
not
take
things that
that
you should
back.
be running. They're also not things that if you listen to this and you're my friend, you should be texting me about or texting my husband about, okay? Thank you.
So
Because then you're not my friend.
you should not text Jessica and say, send me a picture of
Oh,
whatever
no,
you
you could say, "Send me a picture," but I don't want you sitting here questioning going, "Oh, JCL doesn't know about" keep your mouth shut. Fo
Well,
focus on your own
your
coins.
mom may be texting him.
Exactly. Cheryl, that's to
Miss
you too.
Cheryl,
Thank
Miss
you.
Cheryl. So what is, when you think about next week and you think about some of the questions that we're gonna
Yeah.
what is your big question for Chelsea?
I think my big question, I mean, I think understanding like the prioritization of things
Right.
is important, right? I think I'm not always really clear on it's like I know all the things you should have, but I think understanding like the weighting of each of them and the
Mm,
prioritization that you should be giving to each of those depending on where you are in life,
right.
money wise, age wise, kind of life circumstance wise, I think is something I want to talk through. Cause I feel like I know a little bit about a lot of things and that's kind of how I feel like my portfolio looks right now is a lot of money in a lot of little places. So understanding more about that,
Right.
prioritizing. Yeah.
I mean, I think for my question, since I'm a little bit older than you, I don't look it, but
Not today,
since
not with that new hairdo.
that new hairdo, but
Not with that Bezos do.
I can't. Not Bezos. Woo! It did get here in 3
You
hours.
said it got here.
3
Yeah,
hours, 3 hours.
that is not a Mackenzie
Um,
Scott hairdo. That is a Jeff Bezos.
oh God. Anyway,
Brought
my question is, listen, what do I need to do to accelerate?
mm,
And, there's a lot of conversation, particularly around Black women. Listen, we are not guaranteed a job tomorrow. Ain't happening. You never know. So what nest egg? What do we prepare for? How do we get ours? And Chelsea does talk about making sure you have another stream of income.
mm,
So what is those other streams that when that primary stream stops, or maybe you're focusing on having that extra stream that you could be putting in retirement or in
yeah.
saving in
It
Roth,
sound it
a
sounds like
backdoor Roth because we
sounds like you found what you wanted to hear. Soon as you heard her say get another stream of income, you're like, "See? Proves my point."
let me get my hair done. Let me see how I can
You
do
know what?
this.
You know what we are gonna use chat for at some point? I'm gonna have chat take because make sure that we have all of our guests who've helped us with kind of building this well-rounded person. Make sure we get all those tips kind of combined into one so we don't trap ourselves into like living your best life of joy looks like all of these things and then you're bankrupt. Or living your best financial life looks like this or else and then you're sitting there like,
And you know what?
your joy tank is empty.
All of our listeners can download that on our new website for just
Don't play
$5.99.
that yet. Coming to you soon. That's our new revenue stream. That's why
Okay.
that's why we're talking to you guys.
But you listen, I love that we are shifting from surviving to, from scarcity to secrecy. And we're thinking about not just surviving, but building freedom and financial peace. So listen, we are going to continue this conversation. We're going to continue with Chelsea. We're also going to I think we're going to be inviting some people on to talk about just building your business and how to build the entrepreneurial. I mean, you are a natural entrepreneur and you don't tap into it as much as you could,
That's true, girl,
but
but I'm only 42. Just
I don't
wait.
think, I don't
Just
know for you
wait.
to wait.
No, I said
No.
you just wait, girl. I didn't
What
say
am I
I'm
waiting for?
waiting.
What am I waiting for?
Just wait.
Okay, girl. Okay. But before we cut out, we want to always shine to shine. Who do you
On
want to
me?
give? Girl, no.
Oh, okay.
Who are you? Okay. Yeah,
Who's
listen,
mine?
you
No,
are
I'm
a
gonna give it to
podcast shine to shine. Always. You always have it.
Thank you. Who do I want to give mine to? Okay. I'm
Giving
gonna give it
yours
to
to.
Juju. I said in the beginning of the
Of
episode,
course.
I'm
Of
gonna give it
course.
to Juju Watkins. Juju Watkins, keep on doing your thing, girl. You got another year to make that money. Get strong, get healthy.
Come
I
back.
love that she's listening to herself, her team, the people around her, and doing it for herself. Not even though I love USC, she's not doing it for the man. She's not doing it for that organization. She's doing it for her.
Yep. Yep. I want to give mine to Ashley Allison, who worked for the Obama administration, is also a commentator at MSNBC, who just acquired the Root back.
Okay, girl.
So the Root, which was owned by not Black people, is back.
Black people.
Black is now back to Black ownership. And I think it's important now more than ever to preserve the voices and make sure that we have places that our voices will be heard.
Yes. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. And I remember the days when the Root first came out, when I used to go on the Root at one of my first jobs every single day. And it was such a place of like, before social and all of that. It's just like such a quality information about uplifting Black people.
Yeah.
Well, I
Yeah.
cannot wait to see what's to come for the Root. So go ahead, girl.
And she will come for someone's neck. She's an honest voice when it comes to
Good.
amongst the many. The other thing is, I hope that you and I both take some time on October 11th, whether we can take the day off or we can just take some moments, because October 11th is Black Girl Day off. So that's your reminder to rest, recharge, and protect your peace.
Well, guess what?
Take your time, sis. Take time, sis. All y'all
I'm gonna
sisters
be
out
taking.
there.
I have that entire week off after because I'm going to Hawaii for my brother's wedding.
So you can celebrate on the 12th.
I'm gonna celebrate it all. I'm gonna celebrate it all the way through.
But at least on the 11th, regardless if you don't take the whole day, take the morning, light a candle.
I'm so glad I'm getting my hair done on Friday now, because I wouldn't want to make my braider work on Saturday.
Girl, not on the 11th.
No, well, I didn't even hear about this. What was this? Was this did they sing the birds out? Where did this? I didn't see this.
I posted it on our website, on our
I mean, yes, I did.
Last year we talked about last year. Remember, I was so mad. I found out about it later, and it's a national day. And this year, I was like, let me figure out when this is, because I need to make sure that I'm not messing up and remembering my piece.
Well, let's just hope this Black woman day off is not is voluntary and not because the government hasn't opened and people don't have a job.
Okay.
Because I need Maxine Waters back at her desk.
Okay, ASAP. Maxine and that wig have been on every channel that you.
Girl, you be one to talk right now. Okay.
Listen, my lace front.
Bezos. Nicki Minaj.
You know what?
Bezos.
We are laughing, but you know what? The world is very dark.
Instead of crying.
And we want to make sure I hope that this podcast, you like, subscribe, you rate, and you remember that joy is a flex.
Share this with someone who needs some joy in their life too, because we need each other right now.
We do.
And
love.
All we can do is be there to support each other, love each other, and pray this whole thing don't burn down
before we leave.
Before we leave. Now, I know that's right. All right. On that. Bye. Hey, it's Jessica. Thanks for listening to Girl Call Me. If you have something to add or a story to share, come on over to Instagram or Facebook and join the conversation. Also, make sure you follow and subscribe Girl Call Me. You don't want to miss when we release new episodes. Thanks for listening.